Imagine if Michael Jordan and Luka Doncic teamed up. Today we're going to find out by giving every draft pick their own separate team to create one massive 32-team tournament. We have 32 teams ranging from the number 1 pick all the way to the 41st pick. But before we get into the tournament, we will run an 82-game regular season to determine seeding, where the MVP is Kevin Durant for team draft pick number 2. But the number 1 seed is actually the 3rd pick, featuring Michael Jordan, Luka Doncic, James Harden, Embiid, and Carmelo Anthony. The number 1 pick is insanely stacked at 2, led by Kareem, Magic, LeBron, Tim Duncan, Allen Iverson, Wemby, and so much more talent. Pick number 2 finishes at 3, and they have KD, Bill Russell, Jerry West, and Isaiah Thomas, with number 4 finishing with the 4th seed, led by Westbrook and Chris Paul, as well as Chris Bosh, Mutombo, and a phenomenal bench. Number 9 is super solid, led by Dirk and Tracy McGrady, and number 5 has a very deep team led by Vince Carter and Dwayne Wade. At 15, it's a trio of Giannis, Kawhi, and Steve Nash. And pick number 11 is led by Shea and Klay Thompson. Number 7, of course, has Stephen Curry, and the best second-round draft pick finishes at 13. The 13th pick is very underrated, and they have Kobe, Devin Booker, Karl Malone, and Donovan Mitchell. And number 6 is led by Larry Bird and Damian Lillard. Where at 31, it's a 41st pick with Jokic, and in dead last, it's the 26th pick. And so the bracket is officially set. Starting off with the number 1 seed, who will be playing the worst team in the tournament. And as you can expect, they are completely stacked with talent, with Michael Jordan leading the charge on offense and Luka playmaking for the entire team. They truly are a perfect squad. And as you would expect, completely destroying the 32nd seeded draft pick number 26, they reach the second round with ease. Up next, we get to watch this very underrated team, as their game versus the 30th seed would go down to the last minute. Draft pick number 13 is actually way more stacked than you think. Kobe Bryant is obviously the famous one on this team with Devin Booker. Karl Malone, Kobe all the way to the basket. Oh my goodness. 2-point game here is Desmond Bane bringing up the ball. Team 30 has Jimmy, Bane, Santi Aldama. Not much else. They're not terrible, though. Jimmy all the way to the basket is blocked by Jalen Durant. And here comes Devin Booker. Great pass to Kobe. Kobe is taking over the game as he goes up for an easy lefty layup. In the post, back out to Jimmy now. This might be their last chance. Tough post fadeaway. Jimmy misses to Kobe. Kobe's been taking over this game all the way for a layup. 6 straight buckets for Kobe beating Bryant. And so the 13th seed is moving on. Kobe leading his team to the second round, where this would set up an awesome matchup between Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Meanwhile, as SGA gets set for his game, this 24th draft pick team is very mid and nowhere close to the level of an 11 team led by Shea, Reggie Miller, and Klay Thompson. This team is good, but really not great. And while I can't really see this team going very far, I definitely see them making the second round with ease. As one of the best teams in the tournament suits up, this incredibly underrated 15 seed is amazing and has one of the best big threes in the tournament, especially defensively, with Giannis and Kawhi locking up their opponents and Nash facilitating the offense with perfection. They play great and advanced to round 2, setting up a blockbuster matchup versus number 11. Meanwhile, in Dallas, an upset might be brewing between picks 27 and 9. Could be a pretty big upset brewing if 27 can pull their way back against a stacked 9 team. Cam Thomas, that's a big-time shot, knocks down the 3. 9 has T-Mac, Dirk, DeMar DeRozan, Kemba, Stoudemire, and that's only the starting lineup. That did not look like a foul to me. T-Mac missing free throws in the clutch. Scary sight if you're rooting for this Team 9. Cam Thomas taking it in as he draws the foul. T-Mac driving in on Cam Thomas, puts in the easy midi. Great pass into Robert Williams. Can he score over Amari? Tough shot is missed. Gets his own rebound for the putback. What a play. Can they finish off this 27 team? Stoudemire gets a slam dunk. Steps it back. 7 seconds here. Inside, tough shot on T-Mac as he knocks down the midi. Cam Thomas is unstoppable. T-Mac on Cam Thomas. Jovic, that's wide open. They left him wide open. Robert Williams, the rebound, back out to Cam Thomas. His three-pointer misses. Robert Williams, another rebound, but there's no time left on the clock. The number 5 seed will be advancing. Dirk dropping a huge double-double in the win. Now we kind of have a battle of the mid, as 18 and 28 battle in a great game. 18 and 28 are pretty mid, but they are evenly matched in this round 1 matchup. Here's Eric Bledsoe. Screen comes from Theo Radcliffe. Bledsoe driving inside is stolen by Thiago Splitter. Tony Parker with it now. Out to Jaden McDaniels. McDaniels, tough shot is good. Bledsoe drives inside, missing the layup. Draft number 28. This is great defense from Bledsoe to stop him. Joe Dumars now. He is the leader of Team 18. Bledsoe driving in on Tony Parker. Tough shot is good. Half spin. Tony, tough shot, good. Back to a tie game. 13-second separation shot clock and game clock. Bledsoe driving in on Tony Parker all the way to the basket. Puts it in. Tony Parker having trouble on defense. What can Tony Parker do in this big moment? Stolen by Theo Radcliffe. Last chance opportunity. Wayne Ellington for 3 as he misses. And so 18 will be moving on. And they'll have to somehow beat a stack number 9 team in round 2. And this game should be great, as the best second round pick goes head to head versus 6th pick. Here's Hawaii into Boozer as he draws the foul. Team 35 is by far the best second round draft pick of all time, led by Jalen Brunson. They have DeAndre Jordan, Draymond Green, Paul Millsap, a couple other gems. Meanwhile, number 6 is led by Larry Bird, Brandon Roy, and Damian Lillard. Here is Larry Bird in the post. Bird, post fade away, good. Big possession, 4:35. Jalen Brunson driving inside all the way to the basket with the left hand. Beautiful stuff from Brunson. Into Larry Bird. Bird again in the post. Misses this time. Behind the back, Brunson, lefty, layup is missed. Grabs his own rebound, misses yet again. Brandon Roy coming off a screen. Gets open. Misses. Boozer the rebound. Still a tie game here. Draymond Green taking it in with the right hand. It's Draymond putting on an offensive masterpiece. Larry Bird. Draymond, let's see what he can do on defense. Great defense from Green. Lillard is going to have to make a move. Putting on the moves on Brunson. Lillard all the way to the basket, bodying. Brunson misses the layup. 4-point game. Dame. They kind of need a 3 at this point. That's a very deep 3 from Larry Bird. He's not going to be able to hit that one. And so this amazing pick number 35 is moving on. It is now time to watch one of the best teams in the tournament, as the 4th pick in the draft immediately goes to work against a relatively mid-24th pick who really only have Kyle Lowry. With Westbrook and Chris Paul leading the charge, when you check the bench, they truly have one of the best second units in the league and prove why they are the 4th seed in this stacked tournament, setting up a great game versus 35. And as expected, any team in the top 5 draft pick range is going to be great. And that remains true for this 2nd pick in the draft, who have a ton of older players, but also a statistical nightmare named Kevin Durant, who, as we know, won the MVP. And with him running the offense and Bill Russell playing unbelievable defense, they dominate their opponents, and the number 3 pick reaches round 2 without breaking a sweat. Meanwhile, this game should be great, as 14 versus 21 has an amazing ending to their matchup. 14 versus 21, both of these squads are pretty underrated. On 21, they do have Tyrese Maxey, but he's not playing right now. Clyde Drexler step back, tough mid-ranges, missed. Inside, Michael Finley all the way to the basket. Great move from him. Now 14 has a great team. Clyde Drexler, Peja, Tim Hardaway. They got Bam Adebayo. Clyde Drexler, 3-point shot is missed. I don't know why he's taking those shots. Pretty much the leader of this team, Mo Peterson. 3-pointer, buckets. 9-point lead with a minute left. Clyde spins. Tough shot. Draws the foul and one. I guess keeping his team in the game. It looks like 21 is playing great basketball. Michael Finley all the way to the basket. Tough shot is missed. Bam the rebound. And 14 needs a bucket here. Clyde Drexler all the way to the basket. Will 14 foul here is the question. It's a steal from Clyde Drexler. Puts in the layup. What is happening? It was just a 9-point lead with a minute left, and all of a sudden we have a game. Great pass. Bam. Doesn't play good enough defense on that one. 20 seconds. Here's Bam. Back out to Tim Hardaway. Wide open three-pointer. Puts it in. Rondo missing free throws. What is happening? He misses 2. 14 has a chance to take the lead here. Will they make a miraculous comeback? 4 seconds here. 3 seconds. It's stolen by Clowney. It's a choke job from 14. No timeouts for 14, meaning they're going to have to make a full court shot to stay in this game. The comeback was almost complete, but it's 21, just barely moving on. Michael Finley dropping 15 and 5 in the upset. But they'll have to make an even bigger upset happen as they match up versus the second pick in round 2. As the two Pauls lace up their sneakers for their game, this is definitely one of the most even matches so far between number 7 and 10. Now, obviously, Steph Curry is leading number 7. They also have some solid players like Chris Mullin and Richard Hamilton, Billy Cunningham, Lauri Markkanen, Cason Wallace, great pass to Brook Lopez. Good defense, never mind. 111, make a wish. And subscribe to the channel to make that wish come true. Curry, tough shot, blocked by Brook Lopez. Great defense all around. I think 10 does have a little better of a team. Paul George all the way inside. That's a weird layup. On the perimeter, it's Curry. Half spin on Cason Wallace. Good defense from him. It's blocked. Back out to Cason Wallace. Now it's Eddie Jones. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. Paul George. His three-pointer. Bang! 7 seconds separates shot clock and game clock. And if number 10 can take care of business, this would be an upset. Back, great pass to Markkanen. He can't finish. Gets his own rebound and put back. Big free throws for Eddie Jones. First one is up and it's missed. Giving number 7 some way better chances here late in the fourth quarter. No timeouts for them, though, so they're going to have to make something work. 18 seconds here. Oh, my God. Wide open Richard Hamilton. He misses. It does not get much more wide open than that. And so the 10th pick in the draft will be advancing. Pierce leading his team with a solid 16 and 7 as Wade and Scottie Pippen prepare. The 5th pick is obviously, as expected, one of the best teams in the tournament, featuring Dwayne Wade, Kevin Garnett, Vince Carter, and a super stacked bench. This team is filled with high flyers and entertainers and is one of the most fun teams to watch as they destroy the 23rd pick in a blowout. This sets up a blockbuster round 2 matchup against the 10th pick in the draft. It's time to watch Derek White and the 29th pick, where an upset might be brewing late in the fourth quarter for the 26th seed. 29 is kind of mid, but they are putting up a fight against a very solid 17 team. Here's Keldon Johnson, puts in the midi. They're up 3 and upset could be brewing here. Jermaine O'Neal in the post. Post fade away, misses. That's a tough shot. P.J. Brown, good defense from him. Out to DeJounte Murray, spins, step back. Beautiful mid-range shot. It looked awkward, but it worked. 17 obviously has Sean Kemp, Danny Granger, Jermaine O'Neal, Josh Smith off the bench. Sean Kemp picks up his dribble back out to DiVincenzo. Granger gonna have to make a move all the way to the basket for a slam dunk. 3-point game. Dalton connect on him. DeJounte, step back, another, the same exact spot, and Connect just can't stop him. Might be last chance opportunity for 17. They go to Jermaine O'Neal deep in the post. Post hook is good. Beautiful shot from him. Will they foul now is the question. No. Oh, it's stolen. Jermaine O'Neal gets on the ground and calls a timeout. Into Jermaine O'Neal. Jermaine O'Neal again. Tough shot is missed this time. It's not going to work. And so the 29th draft pick and seed number 26 is making the biggest upset of the tournament as they advance in a huge win. And as we know, Tyrese Halliburton is the king of upsets. And another one is coming. But this time it's a blowout because Team 12's pick is very underrated. led by Halliburton and Jalen Williams. They have a very complete team and probably should not be ranked this low, as they dominate a very mid-25th pick team, where they could definitely go further as they match up versus a mid-Team 29. As Zach Randolph gears up for his game, he would have an absolute masterclass late in the fourth quarter. 19 versus 8, almost done with round 1, and we have a great matchup between these two tough teams. Zach Randolph, tough shot is good, man. He was so good in his prime. Robert Parrish, of course, is probably their best player. For 8, as Wagner gets to the basket for a layup. They once again feed Zebo in the post, bodying his way inside for a dunk. Driving inside, step back. Tough bucket is missed. Zach Randolph the rebound. They have a chance to tie up the game. Let's see if 8 can ice it here. Latrell Sprewell, free mid-range, misses, not even close. Now it's Tobias Harris, back out to Rod Strickland. Zach Randolph on the cut. Rod Strickland, that's a great pass. And yet another dunk for Zach Randolph. Both of these teams have no timeout, so this is a huge possession. Sigma sets a screen. Wagner all the way, lefty layup. What a shot. They, of course, are going to go to Zach Randolph. Post fadeaway, misses. And so the 8th pick in the draft will be moving on. Robert Parrish leading his team to a huge victory. The lowest pick in the tournament is going to have a huge wake-up call. Because, oh my goodness, this first pick in the draft is way too overpowered. And truthfully, I could talk for 10 straight minutes about every player on this team, but that would be counterproductive. All you have to know is that their last few players in the rotation will be the best player on some of these teams, as they completely clobber this 41st pick, and as expected, end round 2 with an absolute bang, where now only 16 teams remain. We of course start round 2 with our number 1 seeded draft pick number 3, where Kobe and 13 are looking to make a huge upset late in the fourth quarter. First game of round 2, and we could have the biggest upset of the tournament brewing. Great pass to Luka. He's dunking out here, all right. But there's a reason number 3 is the number 1 seed. I don't know why Kobe doesn't have the ball. Devin Booker knocks down the midi. Let's see what 3 has in store. Is it Luka bringing up the ball and handling possessions other than MJ? Luka, tough shot as he draws the foul for the and 1. And they're going to give it to Booker, and they're going to call a foul on Carmelo, which actually sends Jalen Duren to the line. Doncic, it's almost stolen by Booker. Luka picks up his dribble into Carmelo Anthony. Easy layup, man. I don't know why Kobe hasn't touched the ball, or even Karl Malone. Devin Booker, that's a wide open mid-range. Misses, though. Tatum, out to Luka. That's a bad pass. Still some time left here for 13. Kobe in the corner. His three-pointer misses. And so pick number 3 will just barely avoid the upset. Luka leading the team with a huge 28 points. Let's see if Shea can get a big win as these two teams go head-to-head for a spot in the quarterfinals. A lot of these matchups in the second round are very evenly matched. Shea, step back, mid-range, misses. 15 has a little bit of a edge here. Kawhi all the way to the basket. I'd say that 15 does have a slightly better team with Nash, Giannis, and Kawhi as Shea gets to his spot for the midi. 11 is lacking that star potential. They really only have Reggie Miller and Nash. Here's Vassell into Shea. All the way, tough lefty layup is missed. Kawhi the rebound. Mismatch. He can take advantage of the smaller defenders. Kawhi misses. Let's see if 11 can answer. Big time three-pointer misses. Giannis the rebound. Nash running the offense. Great pass to Ware. Unbelievable stuff from this Team 15. Let's see if Shea has one more answer. 4-15. Shea again gets to his spot on the midi. Kawhi steps it back. 3 seconds. Kawhi inside. Misses. Timeout 11. Reggie Miller in the corner. Takes the 3. Puts it in. Who else but Reggie Miller? 4 seconds. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Nash into Kawhi for the win. Kawhi misses. He was so open. In overtime, it's the better equipped Team 15 who take care of business. Steve Nash dropping a huge 21 points and 14 assists. Well, this will be an amazing quarterfinal matchup. After a tough first round, Team draft pick number 9 is looking for an easy win, and this time it would be a blowout for them because I only mentioned McGrady and Dirk on this team, when in reality, there are so many great Hall of Famers that makes this draft pick one of the favorites to win it all. As Chris Paul gets ready to hopefully book a spot in the Elite 8, his game versus pick 35 will go down to the last minute. Can the best second round pick team get past a stack number 4? Jalen Brunson inside drawing the foul. Great pass to CP3 as he draws the foul. Big possession here. Brunson all the way to the basket. He was unstoppable in his last game. Dikembe Mutombo comes and sets a screen. Russ, that's a... here's DeAndre Jordan with the steal. Kersey blocked by Dikembe Mutombo. No. Not today. 1 point game. This is a big possession. Brunson with 5 seconds. Sean Mary, one of the better defenders of all time on him. Brunson misses. Mutombo sets a screen. 3 seconds here. Chris Paul almost loses the ball. I don't know how that pass went through. Mutombo with the big slam dunk. 9 seconds. They kind of need a 3. Jerome Kersey, that is a tough one. Misses. And so team 4th pick is heading to the quarterfinals. Chris Paul leading his team with a huge 18 points. This sets up an awesome matchup between 9 and 4. As the number 2 draft pick gets ready for their shot at a quarterfinal appearance, much of the second round has been very close games, but this one would be a complete blowout. This squad, of course, playing a very mid number 21 team and wiping them out as KD and Bob Pettit have huge games, and they ball out on their way to an absolute blowout as they become the 5th team to reach the quarterfinals. And this is the matchup I've been waiting for, as draft pick 10 and 5's game goes down to the last minute. Here we go into DeMarcus Cousins. Easy layup with the left hand. You guys watched my last video where we made every AJ team. DeMarcus Cousins had himself a game. So after you check who wins this one, Paul George out to Paul Pierce. The Pauls going after each other. All the way inside is Paul Pierce. Kevin Love is there. They just got so many pieces on this team. Wade is pulling a 3 and misses. That's not his shot. Scottie Pippen, one of the best perimeter defenders of all time, is locking him up. It's stolen by Pippen. What defense? It doesn't get better than that. Suggs misses. Garnett the rebound and the putback. 6-point lead with under a minute remaining. Inside on Scottie. That's a great move to Marcus Cousins with the block. Oh my goodness, Wade into Garnett for a slam dunk. Number 5 is playing amazing. And so pick number 5 will be holding on as they advance. And let's see if they can give number 2 a challenge in the Elite 8. In the meantime, we have a battle of the mid, as 29 versus 12 would be very close late in the 4th quarter. 29 versus 12. 12 had a great win against the 10-seeded Knicks. But can they take out this obviously worse team? Floater alert. I believe that was Collier. Wow. Mo Pete, Derek Lively. Pretty solid team. Halliburton step back 3-pointer. Misses. Big time rebound from Steven Adams. Kick back out to Hallie. Halliburton. Good pass to Derek Lively. Finishes the layup. And misses. What even happened there? I was looking at my other monitor. Did he try to go for a slam? It's almost stolen, and Lively gets the basket back. Upon reviewing the tape, Collier almost had the best dunk of the tournament. Oh my goodness. Collier driving in on Hallie. Bodies his way inside. He's playing amazing right now for them. But a pretty low seed. Halliburton driving inside. That's a beautiful move. Misses though. Chance for 29 to take the lead. No timeouts. They're just going to let Collier go all the way. Misses. Great defense from Lively. Last chance opportunity for 29. An underdog 26 seed. Collier misses. He tried to do too much all by himself. And so draft pick number 12 will be advancing in a tough game. And finally, it's time for our final game of round 2. And as expected, this would not be a close one, because I am convinced that this number 1 draft pick team should 100% be ranked number 1 in the tournament. They're just too good. LeBron dominating on all cylinders, and Magic Johnson facilitating the offense to perfection. Even Kyrie, who was at the bottom of the bench, puts in quality minutes. This team reaches the quarterfinals without breaking a sweat. where now only 8 teams remain. Our quarterfinal begins with the 15th draft pick, and sadly, they would not be strong enough to stop this number 1 seed, because after being tested by Kobe's 13th seed team in round 2, they are ready to shut down their opponent. On their way to the semifinals, where Michael Jordan is looking to add one more accolade to his stacked resume. In the meantime, as the 3rd pick destroys their opponent, number 4 has a tough challenge ahead, as their matchup versus number 9 goes down to the wire. Spins, back into Stoudemire now, gets to Kemba Mutombo jumping. That is uncharacteristic for this great post defender. They go to Westbrook in the post. Westbrook with a post fadeaway and misses. Great passes. Stoudemire's blocked by Mutombo. No, no, no. On the perimeter, huge possession for 9. They're going to have to get something to go. 3 seconds here. T-Mac is just going to rise in Chris Paul's face and miss. Marion, what is that? What is going on? I've never seen that happen in 2K. Kemba into Stoudemire. Stoudemire gets the bucket. Are they going for 2 here? I think this is the... Oh, no, Dirk. Dirk is going to take a tough shot and knock it down. Only Dirk Nowitzki's hitting a shot like that. What a play. No timeouts, but 9 seconds is enough time to get off a decent look for 3. Why does Stoudemire have the ball? Kemba for the tie. No good. And so number 4 is advancing to the semifinals. Chris Paul dropping a solid 19 points in the win. And this matchup between number 3 and 4 will be a great one, where finally we are going to see this 2nd pick team get tested, because number 5 versus number 2 would be very close. Here's Jerry West. An upset could be brewing, although it's not really an upset because it's between the 5 and 4 seed. Inside, bang, Jerry West gets it to go. We got a 3-point game. Kevin Garnett sets a screen for Wade. Great pass to Garnett for a slam dunk over Bob Pettit. We could see the 6th seed vanquish the 3rd seed here in the quarterfinals. Jerry West, tough bucket is missed. Double team immediately comes back out. Suggs, wide open 3-pointer. I know I was talking trash about you, but that's the biggest shot of the night. Taking it in, can't find it. Tough shot. Wow, what a play from Jerry West. Wade, all the way, blocked by Alonzo Mourning. Great play. Now it's Kevin Durant storming down the court into Pettit for a dunk. We got a 4-point game. Garnett. Wade is wide open. Wade. He's going to immediately pull it and miss. I don't know about that shot right there. And so number 5 is completing the upset and shutting down this great number 2 team. Wade with the huge 25 points in the win. Where sadly this number 12 team was just not supposed to make it this far. And that's obvious, especially because they need to beat the best team in the tournament right now. And at this point, it's not even a competition, because the 1st pick is too good. And I can't even really see number 3 beating them as they reach the semifinals with ease, where now only 4 teams remain. And number 3 is ready to get tested. Their matchup going down to the wire. Tatum driving inside, can't find the bucket. Back out. Oh, it's almost stolen by Westbrook. And they go back court. Westbrook, now he's going to get it past Chauncey Billups with the left hand and draw the foul with a chance to take the lead. Jordan does have a pretty big mismatch with Chris Paul, and they double team. Jordan still, of course, scores. Double between the legs. Taking it in on Billups. Kick out to Porzingis. Open 3-pointer. Misses. Melo to Joel Embiid. Tatum. Billups. Is that an offensive foul? It is. What a defensive effort from Kristaps. Westbrook behind the back. Spins for the lead. Misses. Still a lot of time to get a 3-pointer off. Westbrook has it. Behind the back. Porzingis in the corner for the tie. No good. And so the number 1 seeded 3rd draft pick will be the 1st team to reach the finals. And finally, it won't be that easy for number 1, because number 5 is looking to make a huge upset in this semifinal. Our 2nd semifinal game between the number 1 picks and the number 5 picks. And it's our first time watching number 1 in action. Of all people, it's Anthony Edwards who is leading the charge. That is crazy. Can't find it. It's just so hard to score on this number 1 pick team. How do you get anywhere with them? Once again, it's Ant. He must have the hot hand today as he airballs that layup. What the heck? Wade's going to go all the way. Tough layup is good. All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. Again, still tons of time left in this one. And it's getting the isolation. Out of all these legends, it's Anthony Edwards getting the ISO and putting it up and missing it. Put in Magic Johnson or something. Scottie Pippen runs out of bounds. 3 seconds. Out to Kareem. Now it's Iverson for 3. Misses. No timeouts for number 5. Oh my God, Wade for the win! No good! And so number 1 is advancing to the finals, where it's a Michael Jordan versus LeBron James final. And this, of course, will go down to the last minute. Here we go. LeBron James with it. Tim Duncan comes and sets a screen. LeBron into Timmy D, and he's going to get a free slam dunk. Defensive point guard in Chauncey Billups. I don't know if I agree with that, but Joel is going to hit a post hook. And at least that's really it. Jordan and Embiid are the only major ones that always play as LeBron gets a layup to go. It's not going to be Ant taking over the game this time, I don't think. Into Embiid. Embiid versus Kareem. What a matchup this is right here. Embiid trying to draw the foul, and it's not working on Kareem. LeBron James going to go all the way inside, missing the dunk over Jordan. He almost dunked on Michael Jordan. Chauncey Billups all the way as he draws the foul. Tim Duncan comes and sets a screen. Inside, stolen by Melo. Picks up his dribble. That's a wild shot. That's a wild shot. You have all this star power, and he gets a steal back. Chauncey Billups is playing amazing on both ends. Tim Duncan missing free throws. It might just be over for team number 1. This is probably the last shot we're going to see. 8 seconds on the clock. They go to Ant, sizing up his idol, Michael Jordan, and Ant misses. And it looks like one is giving up, which means the champions of this tournament are the number 3 draft pick. The number 1 seed has vanquished everyone around them, and they have done it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Check out the 2 videos on the screen right now and my second channel in the description. Peace.